They thought she was just poor, invincible, forgotten, until one night her own child followed her into the darkness and caught her commanding the dead. What he saw was not meant for the living. What he revealed turned an entire village against her. But the real question is, was she the villain or just a desperate woman who went too far? In this story, I'll show you how a poor woman rose to power overnight and the terrifying price she paid for it. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe for more chilling stories like this. In the quiet village of Oke-Ira, where red earths clung to bare feet and palm trees whispered secrets to the wind, lived a woman named Moradeke. Moradeke was once the poorest woman in the village. Her horse leaned like it was tired of standing. Her wrappers were always faded. Her children, Adenike and Durojaye, often slept hungry. Even her husband, Lasisi, had grown used to disappointments. Farming failed him, trading failed her, and poverty sat with them like an uninvited guest that refused to leave. Villagers pitied them, but only from a distance. One stormy night, when the sky cracked open with thunder and rain poured like punishment, Moradeke disappeared. No one knew where she went, not her husband, not her children, not even the old women who claimed to know everything. She returned just before dawn, soaked, silent, different. She didn't explain anything, but from that day, something shifted. Within weeks, Moradeke began to prosper. First, it was small. She started selling palm oil and dried fish in the market. Then came baskets of curry, beans, and pepper. Soon, she had more goods than even the wealthiest traders in the village. People whispered, "How did she get this money? Who is backing her?" But Moradeke only smiled. Months passed, and Moradeke built something no one expected. A large warehouse at the edge of the village, near the thick forest, where even hunters avoided after sunset. She hired no visible workers, yet somehow, every morning, the warehouse was full of neatly arranged goods. At night, faint sounds echoed from inside, footsteps dragging, whispers, and whenever anyone tried to look, they saw nothing. It was not the villagers who discovered this truth. It was her son, Durujayi. One night, unable to sleep, he noticed his mother rise quietly. She wrapped a dark cloth around her body and stepped outside. Something about her movement felt wrong. Durujayi followed barefoot, silent, afraid. She walked towards the warehouse. From behind the cracked wall, Durujayi watched. His mother stood at the center of the warehouse, holding a small calabash. Then she began to speak, not in Yoruba, not in any language he had ever heard. Her voice was deep, almost not hers. She poured something onto the ground and chanted, "You whom the earth has taken, arise, walk for me." The air grew cold, the ground trembled slightly, then they appeared. Shadows, at first, then shapes, then people. Villagers, women, men, faces he recognized, people who had died. Their eyes were empty, their movements stiff. They carried loads, arranged goods, lifted sacks, walking without rest, walking without sound, walking for Moradeke. Durojayi covered his mouth to stop himself from screaming. One of them turned. It was Iyashade, a woman buried just 2 weeks ago. Her eyes met his, and for a second, it felt like she knew he was there. Durojayi ran home before his mother returned. The next morning, he couldn't hold it in. He told his sister, then his father. Lasisi slapped him. "Do not speak evil of your mother." But the boy insisted, crying, shaking, describing everything. The chants, the shadows, the dead. By evening, word had spread. The elders called a meeting. Some didn't believe, some were afraid. But too many strange things had been happening. People dying suddenly, strange cold winds at night, voices heard near the forest. They decided to see for themselves. That night, the villagers gathered silently near the warehouse. Men with charms, women clutching their wrappers, children hidden behind their parents. They waited. Midnight came. Moradeke arrived. Just like before, she stood in the corner, chanted, poured from her calabash, and once again the dead rose. Gasps filled the air. Cries of fear erupted. Some villagers ran. Others stood frozen. One old man shouted, "Those are our people. Let them rest." Moradeke turned, her eyes burned. You left me to suffer, she screamed. You watched my children starve. Now they serve me. The ghost stopped walking. Suddenly, they turned towards the villagers, and the elders stepped forward with their charms. They began to counter our incantations. The air grew heavy. Wind swirled violently inside the warehouse. The ghosts trembled like they were being pulled in different directions. Moradeke screamed louder, trying to hold them, but something was breaking. Suddenly, the calabash in her hand shattered. A loud, unnatural cry filled the night. The ghosts vanished, all of them gone like they were never there. Moradeke fell to her knees, weak, empty. The warehouse was empty too. Every goods, every bags, every items, all gone. The villagers did not kill her. They did not chase her away. They simply stopped acknowledging her. Her wealth was gone. Her secret was exposed. But she was not punished the way people expected. She remained in the village, alive, watching, quiet. Sometimes at night, people still hear whispers near her house. Some say they see shadows moving behind her. Some say the dead never truly left her. And as for Moradeke, no one knows if she regrets what she did or if she's still waiting for the dead to answer her call again. We will find out in part 2 of this video. Do well to subscribe to our channel.